Okay, Jay gonna tell us his experience with these actors that we met in the Comic Con 2025. AJ,
Did you put a filter on?
come on, tell me first. What are you gonna show us?
So this right here is a collection of autographs that I got over this weekend. It is by far the most amount of autographs that I've ever gotten at a convention. And I'm just gonna briefly describe the interactions. It's, I'm not gonna sit there and try to relay a whole conversation, but just give an impression of meeting each of these people.
All right.
So, first was Mike Tyson. Probably the most disappointing, not even probably, the most disappointing experience here at Comic-Con 2025. Very brief, barely acknowledged me, but he seemed a little off, a little out of it. So, don't hold it against him, but probably 3 out of 10.
3 out of 10. Alrighty.
John Cena was, once again, very, very quick interaction, but he was really nice. We also went to his panel, and he seems like just a really stand-up dude.
T.
Brendan Fraser also was a really quick interaction. He's obviously really, really popular, but was really nice, really sweet, really, got a nice basic conversation.
You told me that he got your impression that he were taller than you. He were more tall than you thought.
Yeah, Brendan Fraser definitely seems taller in person.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But he already lost his shape. He's not in shape.
Yeah, but that's due to his history over the last 10, 15 years. Oded Fair, he has aged very gracefully and was very fun, was in this little cramped table all the way at the edge, but was really nice, really fun, was having a great time, and has aged very gracefully. He's completely gray now, but he looks very distinguished, I said.
Okay.
John Hanna, he was our first autograph that we got. Really nice guy, seemed really happy to be there, happy to have the whole gang back together for the Mummy. It was really cool. Patricia Velasquez, she was really sweet, really nice. Seemed to be really happy that so many people were there for the Mummy. I think she was kind of surprised by it. So she was really nice.
I didn't know that she were speaking Spanish, fortunately. If not, I could have talked a little bit more.
Tyler Hoechlin, one of the many Supermen that we met. He's from Lois and Clark TV series. No. Yeah, Lois and Clark. Really nice guy. Has actually been to Telluride a couple times and fell back in love skiing there and was trying to convince Dulce to give it another shot. So really nice. Brandon Routh, really nice guy, effusively nice. Just you walk up to him, he's got a big smile and everything. Didn't have too long of a conversation with him, but it was really nice. He knew Telluride and liked seeing us. So Tim Daly did the voice of Superman in the animated series. Really nice guy. Was, once again, just one of those guys that was so happy people were coming up to him and all enjoyed Superman. Tom Welling, a.k.a. Smallville himself.
Disappointed. For me, because
Dulce
I thought...
is disappointed because time has passed and he's older now. But he's still a very big man. He is very big. Tall, broad, still in great shape. Older now, definitely, but big man.
Yeah.
It's one of those things when you meet him and you're like, oh, wow. But he was super nice, too.
Yeah. I chose the poster.
Yes, she did. So this one is from Final Fantasy, but that's because I just had to. This was George Newbern, who voiced Superman in the Justice League cartoon, but he also voices Sephiroth, one of video games' most famous villains, and so I had to get him to sign this. I almost got Tyler Hoechlin to do the same because he voices Sephiroth in something else. I don't know what it is about Superman and doing Sephiroth, but I decided to get him with Superman.
Mi amorcito, can you take out this jacket because it's... Another jacket.
Esto.
Okay. Continue.
So this is upside down. Emily Bett Rickards plays Felicity Smoke in Arrow. She was really sweet. She seemed to be a huge nerd as well. She was asking people what their cosplays were and talking to them about books that she was reading and stuff. So she was really sweet and really nice. Asked about you and talked with you a little bit too. So that was really sweet.
Oh, see.
Many of them asked about you, but
What they say about me?
they had trouble pronouncing your name.
Yeah, true.
I don't think there was a single person who got your name right the first time. But they all thought that you were beautiful, especially on Thursday when you were wearing your Padme cosplay.
Oh.
So this is David Ramsey played John Diggle in Arrow, and he was just really stoked. Like, he was in front of his table. He was in a really good mood, and when I commented how Green Arrow is my favorite comic book character, he loved hearing that. He actually looked at me and said, "Thank you, man," which was really cool. And was talking about how when he got the job to play this, because Green Arrow was one of his favorite characters, it was a dream come true for him. So he was really cool. Grant Gustin, aka the Flash himself, he had a long line, so we didn't get too long of a conversation, but he was really nice. He was in a good mood. He was talking to the people in front of us about some movie role that he's finally getting to do, because he missed out on so many when he was playing the Flash. And I heard him talk with a kid who was in front of us about how he doesn't do races anymore because he's lost too many of them in public, even though he plays the Flash. So that was fun. Reverse Flash himself, Tom Cavanaugh, he was in a really good mood. He was just so excited that people were coming up and loved his stuff. You see, he wrote a big quote and everything. He was having fun, and he enjoyed that everyone was coming up to see him. Finn himself, John Boyega, he was really nice. When I told him that we just introduced you to Star Wars, he asked me what order we did it in. And when I told him we did it in 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, because I had to preserve the twist, he said that's the way to do it. And he told me to introduce more, which I took to mean introduce more people. Dulce says that introduce her to more stuff. So
Sí.
Either way, that will continue. But he was in a really good mood. He was really excited that he had such a long line.
Sí.
Met Manny Jacinto. He plays the Stranger in The Acolyte, a series I have yet to introduce Dulce to. But this was one of Dulce's favorites because he was so sweet and so nice. He actually took time to make sure that he sat there and talked with Dulce a couple different times. Like, made effort to talk to her, even though I was the one who had paid for the autograph. So I thought that was really
¿Él es
sweet.
Jacinto?
Jacinto, sí.
Jacinto. Yeah, I was so embarrassed because
You haven't seen the series that he's in yet.
I
You
told
thought
you.
you had.
Did I meet him?
He got a great laugh out of that. I said, not yet. And he laughed, so that was fun. John Rhys-Davis, a.k.a. Gimli and Sala. He was in a good mood. He had a pretty long line, so it was a fairly short interaction. Nothing like particularly stand out, but it wasn't a negative experience. It was a good one, but just moved quick. Alan Tudyk, he is hilarious, was asking about us. He was asking about Telluride because he's never been, but he's heard great things. And Wash himself wrote I Am a Leaf on the Wind, classic, and was just in a really good mood. Now, here are the Turtles. Met all of the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles themselves. We went in the order of Leo, Raph, Donnie, and then we had to wait and get Mikey the next day.
Oh.
Because he was sick. He wasn't feeling well. And he told us about that the next day when we met him. Leonardo was really fun because I told him how Leo was my favorite growing up. And he grabbed a little bullhorn and announced it to everyone around, which was really fun. Okay. He was in a really energetic and good mood. And then the guy who played Raph, we laughed about how many times he has kids. Raph was fun, Donatello was fun, and Mikey was fun. Keep moving. Shredder, met him, he really enjoyed it. Video game voice actress, moving on. Video game voice actors from Halo, met them both, they both loved it. Barney himself was fun, really sweet man. Elvira, she was in a really good mood, but quick interaction. And then for Mom, I surprised her with 2 characters from her favorite show.